Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
What if I'm the
Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with hapgaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Erik,
Kelly,
and Jason.
And this week we watched Black Panther, directed by Ryan. I fucked up the first name. That is really easy to do. Directed by Ryan Coogler. Coogler. Is it Coogler or Cogler? I think it would be Coogler, right? 2 O's?
Yeah. That's probably Coogler.
Yeah. Written by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert Cole, starring Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Lupita. Fuck, I hate this.
Just say name you can't say. That's
Nyong?
limited scope.
Nyong'o, I think, maybe. IMDb synopsis: T'Challa, heir to the hidden but advanced kingdom of Wakanda, must step forward to lead his people into a new future and must confront a challenger from his country's past. So what'd you guys think?
I think it was pretty good. I mean, I like all the culture stuff in it, and then the storyline, and then the action scenes. Like, holy crap! Like all the car stuff, that was really cool.
Yeah, that chase scene was fucking great.
Yeah.
What's his name? Andy Serkis does such a fucking good job as Claw, and I really hope they fucking comic book him and get him back in there, because Ulysses Claw is such a great bad guy, and with Andy Serkis, playing him, he does such a way better job than some of the comic book stuff. So, just because he's fucking ridiculous.
He's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like super excited about all this shit that's happening. He's like, turn the fucking radio on. You think this is a funeral? So yeah, it's pretty great.
He's a character, that's for sure.
Yeah. Good to see him after getting his arm chopped off by Ultron. Did Ultron cut his arm off, or did somebody else cut his arm off? I thought Ultron did it. I think so. We haven't watched that one yet, have we?
I forgot that he was even in that movie until you were talking about it, like him being back or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, he was in that movie with Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron. That's where Ultron got his vibranium to make Vision. So
yeah,
gonna make his cool vibranium body.
So why are they saying vibranium's the toughest material in the world, and then they have Wolverine?
It's a different type of material. It's like the way vibranium works. It manipulates energy. Where I think it's like a difference between hardness and what's the other measure of metal or rocks? I can't remember. Hardness and
density.
No.
Brittleness, and then there's
yeah, I think isn't brittle's part of the hard thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, the harder it is, the more brittle it is.
Well, there's flexibility, and that has to do with how brittle it is. But being hard and brittle is not necessarily a one-to-one thing.
Vibranium is extremely flexible in the sense it absorbs energy, and when it's hit really hard with like Thor's hammer against this shield in Captain America, the only reason that he's able to survive Thor smashing with a hammer is because his shield absorbed that.
Well, I mean, he's also superhuman too, so.
Well, he's superhuman, but that kind of a hit even to him would have fucked him up. But the shield absorbed like 99% of that.
Yeah.
Who was holding it again?
Captain America holding his shield, and it was hit by Thor's hammer.
He's like Brock Lesnar. No.
Oh man.
I love when they have their like a force field up, and the guys are trying to push through it. And it's like tearing them apart.
Wrong movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that? Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
That is the wrong. I just confusing movies in my head. The same guy was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this movie is pretty cool. I like the part where the Panthers are up in the tree and then they turn into a guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, this was all just a really long Tide commercial is all it was.
I had no idea. I was like, what the fuck? Why is that guy?
Weren't you waiting for what's his name to pop out and be like, this is a Tide commercial, guys? You guys know that one?
No.
You didn't watch that fucking commercial?
Wasn't that like a Super Bowl?
It was a Super Bowl
we
commercial.
don't watch commercials.
I don't
did,
watch
and I
commercials
did.
either, but that one right there was.
Oh, I didn't see it.
What's the guy's name from Stranger Things? I don't remember his name right now. The sheriff.
Is it David Harbour?
Yeah,
that sounds right.
So look up when you have time. Look up that commercial, the Super Bowl commercial, Tide commercial with David Harbour, and you'll understand what I'm talking about because that totally looked like a Tide commercial. The second everybody comes up in white robes and shit like that, and I was like, I told Jason when we watched this in theaters, I was like, it's a fucking Tide commercial.
And then he sent me the Tide commercial
because he didn't understand what he was talking about either.
I didn't know what he was talking about either. I was like, what? I was like, well, yeah, they're all clean and shit.
Yeah, I don't.
Also,
I don't ever watch the.
I guess I don't know. This guy just has what the hell is his name? T'Chaka is the dad's name. So that actor, no offense to the guy, but he has a real fucked up lazy eye. And when I was watching this, I felt like he had a fake eye. I don't know if that's real. His eye is really weird when he get into that scene, and I couldn't get over it in the movie.
In the movie,
because only one eye was blinking or winking.
Yeah,
movie.
And it was just like completely straight on. It wasn't. I understand, lazy eyes and stuff like that. I've seen people with it, but this just looked really weird to me. Like it looked like a fake eye to me.
Fake eyes are a real thing. I
know fake eyes
when
are
I was
a real
a kid. I mean, they look real, and then when you get up close, they're very disorienting. When I was a kid, my dad had this friend, an older guy, he was a log truck driver, and he had like a glass eye. And I didn't know about it, so we're sitting there gonna do something, and he's like, "Hey, have you ever seen this?" And he just pulled it out. I mean, I was like, "Oh!" And then I thought I could actually take my eye out.
Yeah.
Which I, of course, like poked myself in the eye, and then my dad's like, "What are you doing? You don't have a fake eye." And I'm like, "What, a fake eye? What?" I thought you could just take your eye out. I've never tried that before.
Oh man, that reminds me. So I watched Action Point with Johnny Knoxville, and so he did an interview with some rap magazine or whatever, some website, and there's a scene where he is riding this bobsled thing, and he flies off the bobsled. So his story is that he watched this the stunt guy do it, and basically the stunt guy flies off the thing. And we've seen it you guys have seen it in the previews of the movie. So the stunt guy flies off the thing, lands on his feet, and then rolls out of the thing. And Knoxville's like, "Well, I'm not going to do that. It's not as funny. I'm just going to take it all in my face or my shoulder."
Oh yeah.
Or he said he's going to take it in his shoulder, and he's all, "I forgot what comes right after your shoulder is your face." So he said that he flies off the thing, lands on his shoulder, smacks his head against the ground. They end up taking him to the hospital because he's got like a concussion and all that stuff. He goes home that night, and I think he says he sneezed or something or coughed, and his eye falls out of his face. And so he calls the producer and tells him, and the producer doesn't believe him. He's like, fuck you, it's not right. So Knox was like, it takes a little bit to convince the guy. They go to the hospital, and he's not able to. He's not supposed to be able to. He was told not to sneeze or cough for like 6 months afterwards to let everything heal, so it all pulls back in. And he's also, me being me, him and Pontius go out for beers like 2 nights later, and he sneezes or some shit, and fucking his eye pops out of his face. But he said he had an eye patch on at the time, so it was real easy to put it back in.
Oh shit!
Oh, God.
But like the rest of the movie, after that or any filming after that stunt. He said they had to kind of film from his other side so that it wasn't all noticeable because it was real fucked up.
I'd imagine.
That's fucking
yeah.
So his eye in the movie, I think it's actually like that, and he wasn't faking it at all or anything, because in the movie, the Netflix movie just came out like a week ago. I think it's How It Ends or How the World Ends, something like that. I just watched it. Same guy, same fucked up eye. So
wrong guy.
Are you sure?
You're talking about somebody completely different. I was talking about Johnny Knoxville.
Martin Freeman.
I was talking about Johnny Knoxville, and you're talking about something completely different now.
From the movie.
And once again, you're talking about the wrong guy again. You did this last time.
Is he talking about Martin Freeman instead of the?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, he's talking about Black Panther's dad.
Yes.
And it's the wrong guy once again. You
They
thought
all
he
look
was
the same to me.
You thought.
All people look the same to me. What can I say?
Shut up.
So I look like
Shut
Steve?
up now, Jason.
You do look like Steve.
So, yeah. Anyways,
I hate you so much.
You know what? I really
look
want
up
Batman.
people's names and you'll know what you're
I
talking
want
about.
Batman 2.0 to show up and just be like, "Don't say that," and then just punch him right in the face.
We got Fat Man sitting right in front of
Oh
me.
man, it's too
No,
fucking
no,
hot
Batman
to fight right
2.0.
now. My biggest fucking villain would be somebody that fucking makes it hot.
Yeah, that would suck.
I would
That'd be
never
mine
win.
too.
He would
Then
be,
again,
he
mine
would,
could be like nipple freezing because I feel like that would be terrible if your nipple just like stuck to a piece of steel. I don't. I think that'd be like incredibly unpleasant.
Eric would walk around with bottles of water in his pockets to keep him warm, so he could pour it on his nipples.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have a cup of warm water, would you?
I'm just peeing up at my nipples. Like, come on.
You're lucky
He's like,
you get
"Oh!"
your dick stuck to the wall too, and then you'd be
I got my balls stuck to it. And I'm just like,
gets his
did I
nipple
just
off,
get
but
the
his
head
nuts
of
are
my
stuck.
dick stuck to it? Oh shit!
Oh man, what's going on, Zaku?
You guys think that's what happened? I mean, so here's like T'Challa fights this guy and he gets chucked off this giant ass waterfall, right?
Yeah,
And then they just like, hey, let's stick this guy in some snow.
yeah. I mean, that's what they do. I imagine that's what that tribe does. It's just like, well, we got nothing else. Let's just stick them in the snow. It'll slow everything down, and
That's right.
hopefully
it'll
they'll be
slow him
cool.
Yeah, they will be cool.
Yeah.
They'll have hypothermia because here's the guy walking. He's walking in front of the thing up a hill, and he's got this heavy coat on. And then here's T'Challa in the back in his skivvies.
down. All he's gonna do is drink some flower juice, and he's fine. That's how it works.
Yeah, you just have to get that flower juice first.
The thing is they killed all the flowers. So how are they gonna get that shit back?
They'll find something, I'm sure.
He's like the last one.
Yeah, I'm
Why
sure
aren't
they'll
they
find
all
something.
eating the flower juice?
Because it's only the royal line that does it. It's all part of their. They talk about it in the very beginning. It's all part of their.
They could have super soldiers.
Their founding,
Is it part of a
thing.
tradition?
Yeah.
Because sometimes traditions are dumb.
Well, that's not what they believe, though.
If they had a bunch
Yeah,
of
but that's a true fact that sometimes
Yeah.
traditions are dumb.
if they had a bunch
So-
of Spartan 2s come after them, they would lose. They need an army to fight against Spartan 2s, and then they could win.
Or I mean, they should just make an Iron Man suit and make a whole bunch of them. I mean, they clearly have better technology than Iron Man.
They do.
Which-
The thing is like there's other super beings in their thing because everything in their country has been mutated by the vibranium. Like everything has it imbued in it. So like the gorilla tribe, what the fuck are they called? The guys
remember.
led by M'Baka. So they, even though they say in the thing that they're vegetarians, in the comic book they eat the meat of the white gorillas and then they get superpowered that way. But
Is that why they're so strong?
Yeah, I don't think it affects them the same way the heart-shaped herb does. I don't think it like sticks in their body like that one does for whatever reason. So
like it wears off over time.
yeah, but yeah, that's
Well-
why they're fucking gorilla strong kind of thing. So
I mean, that dumb guy, what was his name? Killmonger. So he's over there. He's like, yeah, burn all these things. All somebody's got to do is go, we got to give you the thing. If somebody comes and wants to challenge you, there's no more if we burn all these.
Yeah,
like,
but
you're
he
not
doesn't-
gonna be the Black Panther anymore.
but he doesn't care about the tradition. He's talking. I mean, he says that. So he's not going to get rid of the Black Panther serum in his body. He's just gonna, say fuck that. Nobody's challenging me, kind of thing. So he's not.
Iron
He
Man's
wasn't.
gonna come down
Yeah.
and be like, fuck you.
Well, maybe unless he's got the fucking Black Panther suit on, then he's not gonna do much.
Well, the suit
And he still kick his ass.
it it can absorb the energy and then put it back at Iron Man. He'd be fucked.
Hulk,
It seems like
Hulk,
it could only absorb a certain amount, though. It gets a point where it looked like it was overloaded, and then it just couldn't take it. Because there was like near the end where T'Challa's getting his ass kicked, and he's taking hits, and it's absorbing a little bit, but it's not doing enough to, he can't push it back out fast enough or whatever.
Well,
So he's like-
I mean, I've read comic books, all right? So Tony Stark would do something, he'd fly by, and and his computer would notice that his suit got a little wonky, and he'd be like, oh, this thing has some kind of problem with sonic waves.
Yeah,
Hold
no,
on.
he would definitely
Beep,
get
boop, boop,
the.
beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. And then he's like shooting sonic waves at him in his hand. Then the guy's suit falls off, and he's like, that guy has a piercing in his ding dong, and your suit fell off.
Yeah, he would definitely get the technology from the fucking those stabilizers and just use it against him.
Then he'd turn on, turn on a magnet, and his ding dong would point straight at the magnet. And he'd be like, "I'll turn it up to max, unless you surrender." And the guy's like, "Well, shit, I can't be losing that thing."
It would lift up, and he'd be like, "Well, that's a whole Jacob's ladder. That's impressive."
Yeah.
So in the comic book, there's more. Hey, thanks for joining us, David. There's more vibranium. So the meteor that hit kind of split off. So there's vibranium in Wakanda, and then there's another vibranium deposit in the Antarctic. And in the Antarctic, that's where the fucking savage lands are, where there's a bunch of dinosaurs and shit under the ice and stuff. But yeah. So the vibranium in the Antarctic, though, is called anti-vibranium, which using that can destroy all vibranium everywhere. And there's like a point where something happens and it sends they use it for something and it sends a signal and it starts just blowing pieces of vibranium up. So like Captain America's shield blows up and Iron Man ends up figuring out a way to stop what he calls vibranium cancer. So, but it's like it's a whole thing. So.
Well, see, I think what's funny about comic books is they show like so much of human psychology just with like the motifs where you have like vibranium and anti-vibranium. There's no the guy's using some steel shit, Yeah. No, it's anti-vibranium. It rots vibranium.
Yeah.
It's completely. It's like the word. It's not just like it's what it should be called is vibranium be gone, not anti. I mean anti-vibranium. What the hell does that even mean?
Oh, man.
But that's like the psyche that goes into making these things, where you have like Doctor Doom, who has magic and a crapload of technology.
Yeah.
In the same guy.
Man, I can't wait till fucking. That's the only reason I want Fox to be acquired by. Well, I guess it's happening by Disney, is so we can see fucking Doctor Doom come out and kick some ass, because he's such a good bad guy.
I kind of want to see Andy Serkis be Doctor Doom.
That'd be cool.
I think he's a great actor. I can't believe how different he acts. I still am like, that's Andy Serkis? What the? He's fucking Gollum.
Yeah.
He's over there like, my precious.
Snoke also.
Who the hell's Doctor Doom?
Doctor Doom is a villain that primarily fights against the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that
you've seen him twice.
Movie, he's absolute shit.
You've seen him twice, and he was not good
at
shit. All. And it was just a poorly done version of his character twice.
Let's superheat him with a funnel of heat, and then blow some fire hydrant water on him and freeze up the metal by making it super hard. He was shit. It was a stupid ending, stupid movie.
Yeah, it wasn't good. So that's why I'm hoping that Disney can actually do it right and give us a good Doctor Doom. Because
Disney seems to get it right.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it would be a great overarching villain. I mean, they've kind of used up Loki as much as they can. Loki, Thanos has been through the whole thing. I
almost said something I shouldn't say.
Thanos has been through the whole thing. Killmonger I can't see as being somebody that would be great against anybody else. He doesn't, it doesn't really fit. There's some Spider-Man villains that could be good against other heroes and stuff like that. Like Dr. Octopus would be pretty decent against other people. But for the most part, there aren't a lot of like overarching villains. And like Dr. Doom has always been a big bad in the Marvel universe. So, and he's kind of like the opposite of Black Panther. Like Black Panther's isolationist, stay out of all politics, can't really decide to do a lot of stuff in the world because that would be viewed as Wakanda taking a stance on something. Where Dr. Doom is just like, fuck it, let's get out there. Except he's more like, I want to rule way more in this tiny little country,
Yeah, he's a crazy psycho.
Yeah. So, but it'd be cool if we saw him.
I like how the movie has all the stuff about letting people in. Yeah. Like it's funny how politics change so much in such a little time, because like in this, they're like, oh, you have to have this tattoo to be in our country.
Yeah.
Unless we expressly carry you into the country, you're not going to get in here.
Yeah.
We've got a giant like barrier of go fuck yourself that you can't find your way in. and we have all this sweet ass stuff inside. You can't play with any of our toys.
Could you
Fuck
imagine?
off.
Could you imagine being the people that have to live in the village outside of the barrier because they've got to have something to show to the rest of the world? So there's got to be something out there that they've shown to other people where they're like, oh yeah, we're just farmers and all that stuff for this long. Otherwise, people would be curious of like, well, why do we? Yeah, we know you guys are farmers, but why do we never see anything going on over there?
I know why. I figured this out. They made a giant poster that was kind of curved like the dome, and they stuck it to
Stuck
the
it on the
inside.
outside.
So when you fly over or see it from space, it looks like a bunch of mud huts.
Oh man,
That's funny.
I
mean,
like,
you know, the
that
whole time-
guy has been standing in the same spot telling that same field for 23 years.
Yeah.
guys, poster change day. Fuck that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. That's nuts though. Like it's you know, it seems like really it's like it'd be like a really cool thing if you know, some rich person would actually buy buildings and do all the outreach stuff to help, you know, help out people.
Yeah.
You know, that would be nice, but apparently celebrities, you know, and other rich people don't do that stuff. Well, and then the shitty thing is you give it to like a foundation, and then the foundation's entire goal is to keep the foundation going and then maybe do something.
Yeah. Pay as many other people as they can and make sure they don't end up with a profit at the end of the year. So, all right, we'll do a little bit, and then everybody else gets a huge salary. So
Yeah.
that way,
I mean, I've always wanted to see like George Clooney or somebody go to somebody's house and be like, you know what, we're just going to help you out and see if we can, you know, fix some things for you. You know, like a trailer trash person, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, some white guy in Kentucky or something, or you know,
I just realized
Bakersfield. I mean, what's not even a long drive? Just go up to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Pick a fucking house. Show up, be like, let's fix up your problems, and then just like pay off his credit card debt, pay off his pickup.
There you go.
Probably pay off the guy's student loans that he's, you know, enslaved by the government and colleges to work forever after, and then see what happens. It'd be a good social experiment because you know you really got like you got Erik and Steve who are gonna be like, oh sweet, I don't have to work anymore. Fuck yeah, I'm done now. Or you got Kelly who's be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking really buckle down now. I'm gonna use this opportunity to take care of shit, and then I'd be over there like, no, no. And she'd be like, "You're," I'd be like, all right, okay, all right.
So we're
I
talking.
don't need you moving out over this shit.
We were talking about vibranium. I just realized that stuff exists in the real world. It's called graphene. It was invented in 2013. They haven't really completely figured out how to use it yet, but it's 10 times stronger than the hardest steel, and like 100 times lighter. It's like weighs as much as a feather, and yet it'll stop bullets. It's crazy.
But it probably doesn't generate, you know, energy. Or
it absorbs energy.
But it's got to generate it also.
I don't think so. It doesn't do that, I don't think. But it will absorb energy better than anything else on the planet.
So it's not vibranium then.
They're
God
talking
damn
about,
it.
They've started making batteries out of it. It's experimental still for cars, though. It takes about 8 minutes to charge a car from completely dead to being able to drive 600 miles.
Yeah, they can make it's a super capacitor where it will hold its good. Somebody's eventually going to make that, and then that's gonna, like the second that that's popular, GM is just going to pull its pants down and bend over the log that it's, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have to pull it out and be like, oh, fuck, it's your turn. And then scoot over one row, scoot his pants down a little bit more, and then just bend over that log that he's had all these big oil and everybody's had everybody over.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Elon Musk's turn. He's going to be like, yep, here it comes.
Damn it. Oh, man. So my favorite character in this thing is Shuri. She's fucking great. Like she is.
That's the sister, right?
Yeah, she's the cube.
Yes.
Basically, of this whole thing, you know, just building different shit, building the suits and all that stuff. Her fucking gauntlets are awesome. Like I've always liked like weapons like that in video games and fucking like Ruby. You got Yang that uses the shotgun gauntlets and stuff.
Yeah, those are
just
awesome.
like punching the fuck out of people is awesome. In movies, not in real life, guys. Don't punch the fuck out of people unless they need it.
Unless they
deserve
you're
it.
a boxer.
Yeah, if you're a boxer or MMA guy, something
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
that's your job.
If it's your job or somebody deserves it, go ahead and do that. I guess But
You ask yourself though, do they really deserve it, or am I just
thinking
being a
that.
dick?
yeah, true.
Be like, just because they slept with your sister doesn't mean they deserve it. They might be an all right person. You're just overprotective.
Now, if it's your wife though, you kick their ass. Just don't
right.
kill them. You should just beat their ass, but don't kill them.
Yeah, don't Andy Dufresne him.
Hey man, I didn't kill the guy. What are you mad at me for?
All you got to do is be like,
he was in here raping my wife.
all you got to do is be like, all I saw was red. And they're like, oh, okay, we understand that. That is considered a crime of passion. All you can see is red. You were out of control. It is temporary insanity. You get off scot-free. Here, you got a $10 fine.
Sounds like Jason's looked this up.
Wait
a second.
Have.
How has anybody ever gotten away with murdering that person if they just said, I thought my wife was being raped?
Yes.
That's definitely
I think somebody has gotten away with killing their kid's rapist or murderer before.
Oh, I know that's happened.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like I think it was maybe they got like probation was the most of it, but I think I remember reading something like that.
I know who would even do it.
For the prosecutor, just be like, "Oh, you killed a kitty raper."
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, evidence guy, throw that shit away. Yeah, we don't need to worry about this guy. That's what
Call him into the back room.
Be a dirty
give
cop
him a pat
for
on the
good.
back.
Anyways, so yeah, her whole part where she's telling him to hit the suit and stuff like that, and then sits back and records it while he hits it after it's been charged up was fucking great.
Oh,
Delete
yeah.
the footage.
Man. Why'd
So
you fucking
funny.
kick it across the room? What are you doing?
And she set him up too because she knew
Yeah.
it was going to happen.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"All right,
She's-
now you kicked my thing across the room. All right, this is going to be hilarious."
You could tell they were close. I mean, obviously, she's doing all this stuff for him, and then she's still, like, gonna prank him in the middle of it.
Well,
So.
they're close, but she also is in love with the science of it. So
Well,
she
yeah.
would do it regardless.
Probably.
I want to say I'm pretty sure in the comic book she becomes the Black Panther at one point too. Something happens to T'Challa, and she
He probably
ends up
just
taking
was
on
home with the
thing.
flu or something.
Yeah,
There's not gonna be
That's
anything,
sick.
like, epic. It's like, oh, not today.
oh man.
I
That's
can only
hilarious.
imagine. That would be horrible, man. I mean, I don't think that suit has a butthole in it. You got the runs.
No, didn't you see it? It just kind of forms on him, so he
It's
can
like the
just
Incredible
make it
suit.
unform.
It'd be like a butt flap that just
Impossible
opens
suit?
up when he's got diarrhea.
It's horrible, Jason. Why'd you go right to diarrhea? I
He
hate
just
you
shit in a
so much.
sunroof of a moving vehicle, and
you
they
so
all
much.
just jump
You know,
out.
you
Sucks so
really
bad.
want to think about something Iron Man, okay? He gets shit-faced all the time.
Yeah.
He's basically Leahy with a flying suit.
He Rich Leahy with a
We've
flying
all-
suit, yeah.
All of us, excluding Steve, have gotten shit-faced, and then what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Oh God. Oh man.
Explosion. in the
Explosion
toilet.
out of
Yeah.
both ends. My
Yeah.
penis and my ass, not my mouth.
I gotta say,
Okay.
as a lady, the first thing I've grabbed was some water and a whole lot of it. I don't remember having.
I
Those
always
problems.
when I get like shit-faced diarrhea, it's because I got shit-faced drunk. the
This is
night
Jason's
before.
commercial for shit-faced diarrhea medicine.
I know. I use this, and you should too.
When I get shit-faced diarrhea, I use Dynatap because nothing makes my shit stay in better than that.
Oh, man.
I thought you were going to say, I drink Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I wanna call
You
you-
need
I
to clean
thought
your
this was
system out and
America.
have a good time doing it. PBR. You'll hit your wife and destroy your toilet.
Man.
Fuck. Yeah, so they... what the fuck was I going to say? So they had like a really... I almost felt like I was watching Star Wars, The Phantom Menace during parts of this.
With like the fight on the railroad track.
Yeah. With the, with the Gungans part where they had like...
Oh, they had the stupid. That was the worst part. Is the stupid shields. I thought those were
Yeah.
really dumb. Oh, let's just hold our claws up. Why do you have shields
Well,
like that?
And then the Gungans had like the big creatures that were
Yeah.
like carrying around their shield generators, but and then they had the rhinos. I'm
The
like,
rhinos were awesome.
yeah,
Like-
they were a lot cooler, but
Yeah.
it was still along the same genre, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
That I gotta say though, I'd much rather be as strong as a gorilla than have a rhino. You know how much those things shit, and you just gotta deal with them.
oh man.
You know, then he's gonna run over this guy, and the thing stops because his wife gets in the way.
What if you get rhino powers though? Like if you ate a rhino from there, do you get rhino powers just like the gorilla thing?
What would your rhino powers be? Your nose gets Gavin free size and
That's
you
right.
shit all
It's
the time?
huge metal, and you get to run through walls, basically like the rhino from Spider-Man.
I would rather have the gorilla powers.
You can take care of the shitting problem for a day with a PBR the night before.
Yeah.
Get it all out at once.
So cleaned out.
Oh man.
That's fun. Yeah, that, you know. I think they should have had more I don't think they should have killed off Andy Serkis.
No, they shouldn't have. He should have been around so they can continue him on to the next things. I mean, they may just, like I said, they might comic book him in and just be like, oh, we found a way to make him live. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same thing with Killmonger. They'll comic book him back and he'll be fine. He'll be back in there, come back as a villain again, or
they
maybe
do that a lot on Arrow. My God,
yeah.
Nobody ever dies on that.
Well, that's because it's the DC universe, and you got those fucking Lazarus pits that just bring people back to life all the time.
Well, there's that too.
It doesn't make him sane, but they brings him back.
They can,
well, the DC universe has a lot more powerful people in it than the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you got to have a way to bring people back that just get annihilated by somebody more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about like, oh yeah, the Avengers versus the Justice League. Like, are you fucking serious? Okay, so if you take the Justice League that's got Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, okay, those three people right there could kill everybody in the Marvel universe minus the Hulk.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that's it. Because Martian Manhunter, if he was like so inclined, could just go inside. He might even be able to kill the Hulk by smothering him, just going inside of him.
Yeah.
And then, because he can do that. Like, he's just like gets inside of his nose, and then he's just in his brain and expands out, and Hulk's brain's gone.
Well, I feel like that's kind of what makes the DC movies not as fun. At least like, a Superman movie where it's just too powerful. Like there's not a good challenge against it, and all that stuff.
You lose the realism. That's why the Batman movies do great. But like, you got like Captain Marvel or Shazam, like he's fucking Superman. Like he can kick Superman's ass, or he has in the past.
Yeah, you do have Thor, Isaiah. I mean, he would probably stand a chance too. Although I think Thor would probably just be hitting on Wonder Woman the whole time. So.
Oh my God, I can see it. Oh man.
You're like, how you doing? How's it going? And you just like give her. He's got a big ass fucking stein of beer. Just unending. He got the unending
Thor
one
versus
from
Superman. That's a good fight because they're both stupid. But Thor versus either one of the other two, and I mean Wonder Woman's way smarter than Thor. Martian Manhunter can make Thor think anything he wants because he'll just use his psychic powers.
Well, yeah, Thor's not smart enough for that.
And then Thor's gonna be over there just banging a couch, like, oh yeah, I'm giving it to you, this fucking super good looking goddess, and then he's just gonna loop it.
I think Thor would already be doing that. I mean, honestly.
Well, halfway through it, he'd be like, oh, I gotta poop. Hold on a sec, and then we'd find out he was drinking PBR.
He's like looks down at his dick. He's like, man, this thing's really raw. It's like I'm fucking some really harsh fabric. Jesus,
I think
just
you
like
just have
squirting lube on it.
You have to have certain matchups though. Like, if you sent Doctor Strange after Superman, since Superman's weak against magic stuff, that would be
dumb.
Yeah, that would be the way to do it. There, you'd have to like team him up right. But if you've got Batman out there, kind of on the on the Justice League side, there's no way he's gonna let that kind of thing happen. He's gonna fucking strategize this whole thing and general this thing way better than most of the Marvel guys could do. I mean, Cap out there, he's not a he's a good leader, but I don't think he's not gonna match Batman's ability to strategize and stuff like
Batman's
that.
fighting skills.
Batman has intellect. That's what he's got going for him.
Yeah.
He's got the money and shit. But what it comes down to is almost every Marvel person could actually beat Batman. Not all of them, but a good portion of them.
If they just crushed him, yeah.
Yeah, if they just crushed him.
But Batman would have a way to get around that somehow. He would have researched this guy completely. He would have made it a thing to defend himself. He would have got a giant fucking keg of something for Iron Man, so Iron Man couldn't do shit to him.
Well, it's like this. So if Batman
Except him and
is
Iron
beating
Man are
the
like
shit
the
out of a
same.
criminal, right? He's on the rooftop and he's just crushing this guy. He's beating the shit out of him. And then any Marvel character almost Terminator's in right next to him, and he has a moment to see what's going on before Batman can see him. most of them could just right there kick Batman's ass.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, he's pretty fucking tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. So like he's dealt with Superman and stuff. Like there's definitely he's got tricks up his sleeve too. So he might be able to gas him and just get the fuck away. Like Wolverine would definitely be able to kill him. I mean, for sure.
Yeah,
because he'd just be like on him. You can be all the ninja you want. Like you can't block. What are you going to do when you stick your cloth arm up and then your arm falls off?
And Wolverine would find him if he got away anyways.
Yeah,
He's
like what are you going to do? Outrun his sense of smell?
Yeah.
Like, nice try. I mean, all that caviar you eat is going to come out in your pores big time, bro.
But you give Batman a chance to study Wolverine, then he's not going to stand a chance. You know, Wolverine doesn't stand a chance.
That's the thing with Batman. Any one of the Marvel guys could probably take him in a straight-up fight, but if he gets away, they can't beat him a second time because he's going to plan, he's going to study, and then they can't win. He needs his time, though. You got to get him off guard and then not let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to basically just, like, get that sense of surprise and then hammer him right away. And if he gets away, you're fucked. Unlike Wolverine is one of the guys, though. I think he could take a lot of DC dudes out. He could. He could fucking flat kick the shit out of a lot of DC guys.
Well, I could see Wolverine just fucking somehow covering himself in kryptonite and just like going after Superman.
His
or snorting a huge crypto line, you know? Just smashes it up. Like, I'm gonna be seeing green tonight, baby. He's just got a whole bunch of it in his pocket. He's just like, Superman's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He got in my face. No, he cut my arm off.
You got a point. Sentry could take on damn near or he could take them all on.
Yeah, I said almost everybody. Yeah.
You just have to worry about him fucking
unless he has a psychotic
personality. Yeah. So, and then he just destroys everybody.
Martian Manhunter could get that guy to kill himself.
Well, it wouldn't be if he's got the psychic stuff. He wouldn't be that hard. He's very, he's super fucking.
You better go fly into the sun. You got to save that lady from she's getting sucked into it.
He's really easy to manipulate. I mean, Norman Osborn fucking messed him up. So
the only Marvel one I can think of that I feel like is overpowered to a point where it makes her unentertaining and stupid is the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's basically Batman as a woman. Not Batman. I mean, Superman as a woman.
Yeah. Well, she just crushed Superman. I mean,
well, yeah, but she's so dumb. I don't know. He might be able to beat her just because of her stupidness.
Well, she's actually pretty
Superman
intelligent, man.
Is Lord of the dumb. I mean, that guy has got like Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, Superman must be super smart. No, his brain doesn't even work. It's like he
just goes on instinct the whole time.
I think the yellow sun is like cocaine for Kryptonians.
It is. That's why he's so strong and everything.
Oh God! And then he's just basically on cocaine the whole time, except he's dumb too.
Lex Luthor's over there with kryptonite bullets, and he's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Like waving at him like it's not gonna be a problem. Such an idiot.
Oh man!
I swear, I don't know how Lex Luthor ever gets caught. He's got to, he must just.
He's really not much smarter than Superman. He just gets lucky.
Isn't there like a thing where like people like to get the shit beat out of him?
He's a masochist?
Yeah, like he gets off on
getting the shit kicked out of him. Or just
no, he likes to be beat up by Superman though.
You know what
got a thing for a dude in tights.
He is the Cheryl from Archer of the DC universe.
Damn it.
He just wants Superman to fly in and grab his throat, and he's like, no.
We're good.
Thank you.
Especially the Jesse Eisenberg version.
I'll take a few punches in the face from this guy to get that easy shot out.
So he takes a few punches. He grabs his throat. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, are you feeling weak now? Oh, yeah. I imbued my cum with something that's a little green and nasty.
Oh, man. It's got gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea.
He just contracted hepatitis C, Superman.
It was
what? It's actually, it's hepatitis K. I specifically engineered it for you.
There you go.
I can't have sex with Lois Lane anymore. I defeated you.
Damn it.
He's like, I can't have sex with her now, you idiot.
Well, technically, he probably could now because it'd make him weak enough that it wouldn't kill her.
I don't know. That wouldn't that now that would be the terrible thing about having like super strength and invulnerability and all that. because it's like, you know, like I don't think there's ever been a guy who's like fucked up his old lady on accident from like going at it a little too vigorously.
Well, not like really
Very
badly
often.
fucked her
I mean,
up.
you hear stories about like Dennis Rodman doing a line of cocaine and then having his girlfriend at the other end of the room, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do like a running leap at you," and then he breaks his dick. Which
man.
I'm pretty sure I heard that story was Dennis Rodman.
He's had some sex stories that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he broke his dick. Like, why would you? First of all,
That's the most common injury a guy gets during sex is a broken dick.
the danger of flying into the wrong hole and like really injured
Or
you don't-
missing. I mean,
Just totally missing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did miss. But I mean, what if he?
Her belly button
you know-
was bruised for weeks.
Oh man. I mean, there's the Hancock. There's that whole scene in the beginning of that movie.
Oh yeah, throws her off and shoots his load through the roof.
Do you remember that movie at all?
I don't remember the load in the roof thing.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the very beginning. He talks to her and tells her, "All right, when everything's getting going, when I'm about to go, you got to move." Yeah.
And then
She's
you
like-
then you
Oh,
hear
God.
her hit the floor as he's yelling at her, and then it sounds like ricocheting bullets and a bunch of holes come through the roof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I do not remember that part like at all.
It's right
I
at
wonder
the
if I
beginning. You
watched
got to
it
watch
on,
the
like-
first 5 minutes.
If
I
you
wonder if I
watched it on
just watched it
television,
Yes, or something, and I never seen that part. I mean, I thought it was funny enough when he's drunk as fuck, just flying around.
yeah.
Did he
Just like,
never? Did we? Have
"Ooh."
we
We
not
haven't
done
watched
that?
that, no.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll
Yeah,
change
so-
the choice of that one. I don't know.
So T'Challa seems like a pretty solid dude.
Yeah. No, he
I gotta
is.
say, like-
Comic book wise, he's very like the what would that be? The voice of reason. A lot of times, like he's part of a. Was it the Cabal? I think he's part of something like that. So he's part of like a bunch of leaders. Like Doctor Doom's part of it. Loki's part of it. Is that the same group? That might not be the same
I
group.
feel like
I'm
he's
thinking of.
missed an opportunity to be the Batman of the Marvel universe because he's sneaky.
Yeah.
He's got a black animal's suit on,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got a shitload of money and gadgets. I mean, he could have the Panther car, the Panther mobile, the Panther jet.
He's got kind of those
Panther
things. He just doesn't
Zeppelin.
call him that.
Did
You
you
know?
say Panther Zeppelin?
He's got the
Yeah.
and
These
and
guys
all of
are
his
missing
vehicles,
out.
all of his vehicles are run on giant speakers. If you notice that, they're all
Yes,
just
they
huge
are.
fucking speakers that keep everything lifted up off the
They're
ground.
all subwoofers.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
that's why he needs the Panther Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Then he can fly in class.
in silence.
Yeah.
And then when they fly really fast, it's just static. It's like through the speakers. It's crazy.
They have the best video games in Wakanda, though. I mean, at the end when Ross is fucking flying that jet or whatever,
Oh
the
my
ship,
God.
that was fucking great. I was like, oh man, I want to play that game so bad.
I want that so bad for my job.
Yeah.
That would be
You just
so
sit at home,
awesome.
throw it at the fucking thing, and then just sit at home.
Yeah, I'd just be like, all right, I'm gonna. Oh fuck! I blew a hose. I don't have to go fix it. God.
So you need to have like a robot out there that you can just toss one of those on too.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Or yeah,
He'd
that'd
be
be cool
fixing
if
the
you could-
hose, and then the one he's working with would like break one of its like servos or
His
something,
arm
and
off
he'd
or
be
something.
like, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah. No, I have to go fix it. Wait, what about the backup robot? Then I got two
Yeah, they're all
broken
broken.
robots out there. That reminds me of a story. There's these guys, and they got the Ford like 2011 service trucks, right? So they got 3 new ones. So this guy, he drives out to a service call to fix this thing, and his turbo blows up on his brand new, like a 2 months old Ford service truck. Blows up the thing. Then he sends the second one out, blows the EGR valve. That's it. It's gone. Sends the third one out. Engine. He just smoked the engine somehow. I think it sucked the turbo through the engine. So there they are. So they had one like 1985 Ford, like something you'd see that was like an old fire truck, like a big.
Yeah.
It had a Ford, like a really shitty old gas motor in it, and there it is. And they have a picture of that Ford dragging the other service trucks back to the shop with a chain. They're all chained up. he's doing like 5 miles an hour on I-5, getting them back to home base. And he's like, I was like, oh my God.
That's why you don't buy a Ford.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think actually it was the International was the other truck. I think it had like a shitty diesel in it, not a gas motor. But anyways, that's just one of those funny things where you get like the brand new thing and then it just explodes and you're like, what? This isn't supposed to happen. Damn it.
That's why with any car, especially Fords and Chevys, you've got to wait until that model's been out a few years, and about when they're going to discontinue that model and they fixed all the problems, you buy it. And then the next year they come out with a new model, but you have the old model where everything works. Then you get to laugh at everybody on the side of the road broke down in the brand new model that they just bought.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, you like working on stuff really sucks. I hate doing it. It's my least like I don't mind working on computers because they can't break your fingers.
They can cut you a little if you got a cheap case.
You can slice your finger up a little bit. You can. That's about it. Some of the stuff I end up doing, it's like, all right, if I fuck this up, this thing is going to fall down and it could kill me. Like it could hit me in the dome and then I'd die, or it could break my arm. So you have to be really careful. And it's all heavy shit. I hate it. And then you get covered in oil too. I'm being a whiner. If I was the sister on Black Panther, I'd just be like, oh, let's invent some super fucking cool thing so I don't have to do this anymore.
You're basically saying how much you don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh my God, Eric would have the latest and greatest, right? He controls it from his house. He's got this awesome, like, wraparound digital screen. It's like he's actually in the cab when he looks around. Fucking amazing. And so he's there, and he's like, "Goddamn computer won't start. What the fuck do you mean you can't access?"
It freezes. It's just all.
Yeah. In the middle of cutting a tree.
Yeah.
The arm is still cutting through, and he's like, no, like trying to reboot his computer.
I'm like, don't start a fire. Don't. Oh, fuck. It's going. God damn it. I'm 2.5 hours away. This was not a good plan.
He gets his computer rebooted, and it just starts driving away, and the machine real slow. Like, nope, wasn't me. Don't know what happened there.
I'd call up immediately. Somebody hacked into my machine. I need you guys to find out who did it. Thank God I was using a VPN that day.
10 minutes later, he'd be calling me like, "Hey, dude, I need you to log into something for me." I'd be like, "Why?"
I would call Johnny for that, not you.
Oh, I like that plan.
Yeah, he wouldn't know. I mean, he's over there like trying to get it on with Pepe Le Pew. I mean, he's he would. There's be no takers of that in jail.
So controlling the machines and stuff like that, they use that sand table. You imagine like you're sitting in the sand table, everything goes away, you just get sand everywhere. You're just like, oh man, it's horrible. And then your sand table activates again and just fucking rips out of wherever the hell it's sitting. It'd be horrible. You're like, oh, it's so gross. I got sand everywhere.
It activates again and just pulls out of your butt.
Yeah.
Oh,
what the hell's going on? Somebody activate my table again.
I just got a sand blown asshole. Oh. It's like, oh no, there's a control there. There's a controller. Oh shit. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
I feel like that would. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to bring it up because that lady could do some like really weird shit if she wanted to.
Oh, yes, she could.
I mean, and talk about the ultimate like wipe the screen away move, where you just like go to desktop where you're like, I wasn't doing anything. She's just like got her hand over the thing. Things are happening with the chair, and she's just like, somebody's coming through the door. Boop! That was weird. You see that? I just fell down.
God damn it, dude.
Oh, dang, that was weird. My pants kind of fell off a little bit when I fell down. Fucking sand table. I think it's buggy or something. She's all sweaty. Why are you so sweaty? I don't know. Don't ask me. I was flying a ship.
It's hot in here.
Really fast.
It's really hot in here.
Hot and heavy. I mean, fast and... Yeah, it'd be funny. I wonder...
Be like running through a cornfield backwards.
Nice. You could do some serious UFO scares though from that thing, because then you could actually like turn the thing like way past what a human can deal with.
Yeah.
So maybe they're all the UFO people. Like, well, let's turn this thing, and even the guy in the seats, like in the back at home base, like, oh, I'm getting sick right now.
Nah, I'd fucking throw up so bad. You just put me in that thing and be like, oh, look. This is so
Sand thing,
bad.
your sand pit just smells like puke.
Yeah.
Get it out.
You gotta have somebody come out and hose it out.
Oh God, look at this. How does he even? You know what? We just need to tie a bag to his face. Let's get. You know what? Let's have a sand bag thing. That would be. Steve, you gotta figure out that, man. If you're gonna work at that job, you can't be puking like that.
I'm sure they have some crazy technology that I could attach to my head that would keep me from getting nauseous at all ever. And it would be the greatest thing ever. They would just cure me of it.
Would you guys sneak eating some of those herbs?
I would
totally
try.
would.
I would try. I would definitely try.
I'd just be like, oh, what is this thing down here?
Well, this.
Achoo! I ate it. Suck it.
They'd
Can't
be like,
pull it out of me.
They'd be like, well, it wasn't properly prepared, so you're gonna go through some really bad shit before you puke your brains out.
Well, you were talking about the if somebody he burns all the stuff. I feel like somebody there would have thought of this because they're not stupid people. Somebody would have thought that there's a possibility that this could happen. So we're definitely not going to leave our whole stash of this stuff in one place.
Not to mention, what if it got a disease or infection in it, and you lose it all? You need to have it separated.
Yeah, I mean,
Forrest Whitaker's character definitely had some stashed.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, kill me, and then they'll be digging through my shit later and find it. And that idiot will have no idea.
So, Jason, that guy is the guy from the end or whatever the thing. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh.
That is the guy. Not T'Chaka, but Forrest Whitaker, the Zuri.
Zuri, that's his name.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Okay, good to know.
Oh man. What else do we got?
That accent was weird. I think his accent was a little bit. Have you guys seen Luke Cage season 2?
I just started it. I like literally halfway through the first episode. I haven't got it.
All right, so semi spoiler. There's Yardies in it that are Jamaican. I don't know what it is. I could listen to Jamaican accents all day.
Yeah, it's an awesome accent.
I'm just like, wow, this is like Irish.
Dude, I did some work
as far as like nice.
I did some work for a lady here in Chico who had a thick accent, and my God, I just wanted to listen to her talk. I felt like she was a witch doctor that could cure any disease.
Well, it's like listening to an actual Irish person. You know, they have such a soothing, like at least some that I've heard have like a really soothing accent. It's like,
yeah, the lilting kind of.
I just feel like I could just like take a nap with you just talking to me. Just keep it up. Tell me about the green pasture here.
So they talk. I think I remember reading an article about the different accents in Black Panther. Like they're all supposed to be from the same country, but they're different tribes and stuff like that. So each tribe is going to have a different thing. And I think when they were doing their voice coach or whatever, they each kind of, depending on what tribe they were supposed to be from, they each were like trained by somebody else that had that kind of accent, because they kind of took it from real African accents and things like that, real African language and stuff. So. And I imagine they probably just, whatever actor it was, they just kind of figured out which one they could do, because you can't do every accent. It'd be, I can if you're, some fucking like that Ross Marquand guy does, like,
or someone like me,
Yeah. Well, Kelly's impersonation skills are what's that called?
Unsurpassed.
Unsurpassed. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it means no one's better.
Unrivaled.
Unrivaled is what I was looking for.
I'll take all the words.
All the words. So yeah, I mean, you've got like 5 different tribes there, so each of them had like a different style of speaking and like different accent and shit. So, but yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed this one.
I really hope Hollywood continues to make movies like this, and then, you know what I mean, where you have like a totally different cultural view than what we normally have.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice to see that.
Yeah,
like, especially if they could maybe have some like, maybe not comic book movies or something, but have like a something based on like real life, So you could get a chance to see cultures that we don't get to see ever.
Well, that's
except for in like National Geographic, which is all skewed, and it's like I don't understand what the hell I'm looking at.
I mean, that's the hard thing
you
with.
do. You're like, that's a boob.
Sometimes I am.
That's the hard thing with like, at least especially the Marvel thing. A lot of the other like countries and stuff like that. Most of the time, the people in those things are bad guys. Like you look at Russia, they're the bad guys. I guess you can do Canada, but I mean that's so close to the American culture that it's not really a big change. So it's
the thing is with my people is we don't want to fight with anyone.
They kicked your ass out.
So yeah,
no, you got. I mean, we might see them in the Captain Marvel movie with Alpha Flight and all that stuff. So
yeah, we're not talking about that right now.
What, Captain Marvel?
No, whether or not we're going to be seen in it.
Oh, you don't? Are you part of Alpha Flight too? Are you? Which one are you? Are you Sasquatch?
We're not talking about that right now.
I think he's the North Star guy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right, Erik somehow got some leaked footage, but we're still not talking about that right now.
Oh man, that would be. I'd just be like, oh god, I'm gonna barf. Nope, no.
He'd be like, wow, she's looking pretty good, and then as it gets
closer,
shapeshifter. As it gets closer,
that would be
he'd be like,
weird.
is that Jason?
Now, isn't that funny where you have like somebody you know forever? If you found out they were a shapeshifter, it would be so gross to see them do anything in the other body that they turned into. It'd be like, that's not even. I don't think you could deal with that. I think you'd like have a psychotic break or something.
So I think that's like if you always knew it was a woman, you couldn't handle becoming a man, or vice versa.
Well, it'd just be weird, wouldn't it? I mean, that's like that Altered Carbon show where they just change bodies.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, that would be kind of neat because then you could see what you could experience what it's like to be the biological sex of the other person.
God. So what you're saying
from like
is
the start off,
Steve shapeshifts into a woman, but he still has the same hair on his head.
I look exactly the same.
Steve's like, I forgot how to shapeshift my face.
Really bad at this, guys.
Now I'm embarrassed. I can't shapeshift back because I'm embarrassed. So he's got like, Badal body, but then he's got like Steve's face and hair on it. And it's like, what am I looking at right now? Your head is as big as your torso, man.
Oh, man. I feel like that would just be like the joke to do anyways. Just be like walk down the street like that and fucking freak people out.
Yeah, or be like a really pretty woman face with like a nice petite head but then have like a massive dong like hanging out of your shorts.
A really good-looking woman on the head, and then just Steve's body.
Yeah,
that would be funny too. Yeah.
Oh man. I have to drive like a big ass truck, and like all you can see is my head, and then I dropped some change, and then get out of the car, and they see the rest of my body at like a drive-through or something. Oh man. Yeah, Mystique's power was pretty awesome.
You know what would be a fucking sweet t-shirt? A woman's t-shirt that says "I date only" and then has the Magnum condom emblem on it. Hilarious. I think I'm gonna try and talk Trojan into that. I could probably make a bunch of money. Just go to trailer parks. They would definitely buy that.
Oh yeah.
Totally. Definitely. You'd make crap loads of money.
You're gonna need to look that up. It might already have, or
It probably already exist.
Damn it. I hate it when that's the thing with all these fucking people. You can't ever think of anything new. Somebody else already thought of it.
Sons of bitches.
Like, how many times have you ever been over to somebody's house and they're like, yeah, I invented that in 1982, and then here it is, 2016, they come out with the iPhone. Yeah, you thought of it, but did you do anything about it?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he's fucking stole my idea.
Like, yeah,
I swear
they came to you and they took your idea off of your fucking out of your brain and then made the thing. Sure.
I had an uncle invent something that still hasn't been done yet today, but it had so many patents on it he couldn't make it because it was patented under basically every way it could possibly be made, and yet it hasn't been made 50 years later, and he thought of it back when he was in his 20s. It's like, what the fuck?
That's one of those conspiracy theories that there's all these engines, like combustion engines that you can put water into and it'll break it up into hydrogen and oxygen and then blow it up, and then you can just run it on water basically. And the stories that you hear, so many conspiracy theories about that. And that's one that's like probably that could be true. You never know.
It's possible.
Because like I don't know, but and big oil companies like they already like they've done that for sure to a guy like that Tucker dude who invented the automatic transmission and then like headlights that turn with the steering wheel and a bunch of other crap in like 1930. And then oil company and then the big three were like, fuck this guy, let's revoke his factory license and fuck him over. And they did, and it worked.
And then years later, when all the patents and everything were totally done, they came out on Mercedes and shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, my uncle's thing was a toilet seat where it actually it was hollow with vents in it, and it would suck air straight out of the toilet, so you'd never have to smell it when you took a shit. And there were so many patents, it can't be patented. And so he was like, well, fuck this. I can't even patent my idea or make it because it's already been done by like 1 million people. Yet it doesn't exist yet today. It's like, seriously?
I swear this should be in
like
every fat guy's bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, we should just shop that to a Japanese toilet maker.
Japanese people love their toilets.
Well, they would like, you could put that seat because first of all, this toilet already has motors for like, or stuff. It has to have some kind of power for like the waterworks it does and the butthole cleaning and whatnot.
Bidet.
I mean, adding in a vacuum to suck the air, like holy shit. Talk about luxury. Like you're in there, you got like some sumo guy just like torquing down on his toilet, just like really like hammering out a turd. The bathroom is just like you can't go in that thing for 2 years. Right? You can't do that. But then you turn on like the air cleaner, boop, and then he's just like, and he's like, holy shit, I can't smell anything in here.
That's right.
Am I even going? Oh shit, hold on, and he's got to stand up and look. Oh, I definitely did it.
That just ran down my thighs a little. That's
all right.
Oh yeah.
That's it. What rating did you guys give this? That's it. We're done. I don't care. What rating did you guys give this? What was that?
4 stars. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask, is Michael B. Jordan related to anybody, or is that just like, did he pick that name?
I told you, no, he didn't pick it. I'm thinking it was his given name. Sure.
Who would keep that name? It's just weird. Like it'd be like, yeah, I'm going to be an actor. What's your name? My name's Joe Montana.
He is the son of Donna Davis and high school counselor Michael A. Jordan.
Oh, so he's like almost a junior.
Yeah, he's not related.
Donna Davis is like, is that the famous Donna Davis?
She doesn't have an IMDb, so.
Oh, never mind then. Okay.
She's a high school counselor.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
well, I mean, he's a good actor and everything.
His son will be Michael C. Jr. or John
Maybe.
Jordan.
Possible.
Michael C. Jordan.
Does he have a kid already?
don't think so.
See, they got to get through the whole alphabet. 26 kids later.
Just keep.
It's actually not a bad idea to not have to be a junior.
Yeah.
Just keep.
But still, I mean,
so
you
many-
call you get the mail or the phone calls, and you're still asking for the same name.
Yeah.
Oh my
People
God,
don't
I
usually ask
actually-
for that middle initial.
So
Yeah.
I had this woman. I was in my pickup, tired as fuck, and this woman in this van was pulling on next to me, and she had to get over and then make a right turn. So instead of just waiting for me to keep going and then getting behind me and making her turn, her move was dart over. So she I wished I wouldn't have hit the brakes at first because she would have hit the front of my pickup with the back end of her car.
Yeah.
But my pickup weighs a bazillion pounds and her car weighs nothing. And then she slammed on her brakes and then I tapped her. And anyways, it turns out somehow it's on my dad's insurance.
Damn it.
So
man.
the shitty part of that is now I'm paying his insurance because I got it raised by like $100 a month. Because I was tired. I don't know. I was thinking to myself, if I went and got like the best brakes ever, and then even had like a driveline brake put in a car, and maybe even extra wheels put in a car, I think I could do that to cops on a regular basis and put in like a rear view cam where I just whip over, hammer on the brakes, and they just goosh with their with their heavy ass cop cars.
Yeah.
And then every time I'd be like, oh, my back. Oh, God, I can't work. Oh. But
Except that you just put that on
It's
the
on
internet.
video,
Now.
Eric.
I'm not I can't do that. I'm not going to do that because what would actually happen is when I did that, like the second time, they'd be like, you know what? This guy tried to run away.
It'd be like
Ah,
GTA.
Fuck that guy.
It'd be like GTA.
Yeah,
They hit
he.
you, they shoot
I
you.
turned my lights on, and then I went to go after him. He slammed on his brakes. I rammed him, and he went to get out of the car. And because I have cat-like speed, I was out in the car, and then I shot him while he was in the car. Fuck that guy. Oh yeah, my body cam broke. Man, it must have happened. You know, I think I spilled some salsa on it.
God damn it.
It looks like it's got some ball juice and salsa. I don't know how this got on here.
Eric was trying to bless him.
That's why he shot him. Eric was trying to bless him.
My son. Oh.
All right, Kelly, what rating did you give this?
3.5 stars.
Okay.
I'm with Kelly on the 3.5 stars.
Okay. And I gave this 4.5 stars. I liked it a lot.
I didn't like the bad guy.
He wasn't a great bad guy for the whole thing. I mean,
I thought he was a pretty off, like.
he
no,
was
that's
just
wrong.
like he's
I
just
thought
like
he was a
the
decent bad-
shadow version of Black Panther kind of thing.
Basically, if he had a better bad guy, it would have gotten a 4.5 or even a 5. Because I really enjoyed the movie, but I didn't like the bad guy, so it kind of ruined it.
Is he a typical? Is Killmonger a typical DC villain?
Seems like it to me.
No. See, because like you had Iron Man, the first Iron Man, that had Obadiah Stane, who was kind of like the shadow version of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a typical Marvel villain because that's like Red Skull and Captain America.
Oh yeah.
It's just-
yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, because Red Skull
Yeah.
is a super soldier for the Nazis. You know, Captain America.
Thor and Loki,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I don't. The Hulk is like
Hulk has
doesn't
tons
count.
of them. Hulk has all of his villains are shadow versions of the Hulk. Red Hulk, Abomination, fucking just all these guys. It's just they're all the same.
Why can't
thing.
they get that floating head guy in there, MODOK?
I want
He'd be
MODOK
so
so bad.
fucking
He
scary.
needs to be in the next Deadpool movie. Is what he needs to be in
Oh,
because
God, he'd
MODOK
be
fits in
scary.
so much with Deadpool stuff. It would be great.
I want him to have like the little dinky arms and the little
Yeah,
dinky
little
legs,
tiny body.
but be in Deadpool and have a huge ass dick. Just fucking like bam,
Oh, man.
huge balls too, like Randy in South Park
Yeah.
microwave balls.
No.
Yeah,
Deadpool would just talk about that all the time.
He would.
it would be
Non-stop.
hilarious. Yeah,
He'd be like, "Did you
like
see his
he's floating
dick?"
along and Deadpool runs up and steps on his dick, like you do with people with their shoelaces undone.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just like hammers his big ass face into the dirt. That'd be funny.
All right. Next week's movie is my choice since Ricky's not here. Do you guys want to watch another superhero movie, or do you want to watch what I was going to choose originally?
Wait, not to like interrupt, but okay, if Ricky's not there, but then Jason goes after Ricky, so
Does
why are
he?
you? Yes.
I do.
Oh fuck, he does. That's right. I go after Jason. So it's
Yeah.
your choice, actually, Jason.
I was confused,
Yeah,
but I
no,
was like,
I-
well, maybe.
I don't have the list up here on the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I always
So
spoke
I
up
just
'cause
went
go
with
after
mine
you,
right away.
That means I have to get my brain like
yeah,
going.
no, that's all right. That's all right. Sorry. It is
No.
Jason's
I'm
choice.
not ready for that
actually.
yet.
What are you going to choose, Jason?
Since Ricky wasn't here, I wasn't fully prepared, so I'm just gonna choose Ready Player One because it's easy and I just bought it.
Okay. Sound good,
Sorry
to
to
you
burst
guys?
your bubble.
I want to know what Steve was gonna pick now.
Well, I'll choose it next week. It is fine.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not worried about it. The movie
Okay.
I was gonna choose is gonna be on there next week, just like it is this week. So
Had I not been here, Ricky wouldn't have been here. It would have been your choice.
It
but
would have
worked
been.
out for me to be here.
I think that might have been why when I set up this list, I thought you weren't gonna be here too.
Yeah, because I only just told you like
Yeah.
yesterday. I think I was actually gonna make
Yeah.
it.
So that makes
Oh,
sense.
that's right. That's right.
That's the excuse I'm gonna give, anyways.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna do this. Transition that over. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's gonna be it. Join us next week as we talk about Ready Player One. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. You can is it follow on Twitter? I fucking forgot these words.
Yeah,
Follow
follow.
us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkadur. You can follow Eric on Twitter at.
Quick and severe.
Follow Kelly on Twitter at.
Sugar Snuggles.
Follow Jason on Twitter at.
Unbelievable one.
And you can follow Ricky on Twitter at Furry Twitter Balls with no E in the Twitter. You can also go to youtube.com/deathbylightpresents. Like and subscribe there. Everything I'm about to say is in the description on that youtube.com/deathbylightpresents. Go to twitch.tv/heroicadventure, mixer.com/turkadur, and twitch.tv/turkadurplays. Go over to twitch.tv/heroicadventure and subscribe with Twitch Prime, and you can help us out. That would be great. You can also donate to us. Those links are in the description on youtube.com/deathbylightpresents. I think this week, are you going to be able to make it for the stream on Thursday, Eric?
Don't know.
Okay.
Hopefully.
If Eric is there, we'll have Eric and Kelly. We'll be playing Vermintide 2 this Thursday. If not, we'll find something else. Me, Jason, Kelly, or just me and Jason. I don't know if Kelly wants to play. Whatever. We'll find something for 3 of us or 2 of us. Either way.
If it's just me and you, we can do Halo Legendary.
Yeah, but if Kelly wants to join in, we'll find something else.
That's right.
Because I don't think she wants to play Halo Legendary.
Nope. We're the only 2 that would want to do that.
What else do we got? That's it, I think.
You say emails?
Emails. Email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at HEP Gaming. Each one of those names individually at hepgaming.com. Yeah, I think that's it, though. Join us next week, 7 o'clock, as we talk about Ready Player One, and join us on Thursday at 7 to 9 as we play a video game of some sort. I don't know. And that's going to be it. We'll talk to you guys next week.
That's right. When we play one of those video games.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.